Yo, what's up?
What's up, player?
What's going on over there? You got a little sexy thing going on back there?
I do. I am the ass man. See, I'm here
uh,
at Lethal Larry's Discount Dildos and Used Race Car Emporium, also known as Lethal Deals here in Warminster. Little speed shop out here.
nice, nice.
Yes,
So
sir.
what's the deal over there? You guys share a shop, right?
Well, it's Larry's shop, and he is generous enough to let me rent a small portion of it to keep my car, and I assemble all my products here.
Okay, cool. Uh,
Yes, sir.
so for anybody tuning in right now, we have Anthony Lupi. Is that really your last name?
My last name is Lupinacci.
Ah, I
Just
knew it was
easier,
some.
just Loopy.
Gotcha. So when did everyone start calling you Lupi?
Well, my dad was Loopy, then my mom was Loopy, and then I became Loopy.
Oh, okay.
So
So it was
first
just
grade,
okay. That makes sense. So,
yeah.
so uh, let's talk about a little bit about cars. Um, how'd you get involved with drag racing?
Dad had a race car. Grew up with
Yeah.
it. The first
Okay.
race car I remember having, we had a 48 Chevy sedan delivery. It was like a street rod type deal that Dad used to race. Then we had a 65 Coronet, ugly as a sin. Then we had a 69 Camaro, convertible car, just a bracket car. And after that, we had a 67 Nova, and that's what I learned to
Oh,
drive in.
okay.
It was like a bracket car. It went like 990s. Sold that, had a dragster, hated that. I built an 85 Grand Prix. I had a black one, still have it. That's Donnie's next project. He just
Okay.
doesn't know yet. Had some bad luck with it. Got so mad at the car, I bought this one and started building this one.
So what happened with the car? Why you get so mad at it?
I was helping a gentleman out, and the deal was they helped me with my car, and I worked for them, and no one worked on my car. I was there
Okay.
for a year. It was left on bad terms there. Got so mad I wanted a fresh start. I found this at in the back of someone's shop around the corner.
Gotcha. I know the feeling. I've been there with shops.
Yeah, that was a rough deal. Rough deal. I mean, yeah, you same. Yeah.
You know the story.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but so the 67 Nova, so it was like kind of like mine, right?
Yeah, but this was just a back half car. Um, we were going to put it in super stock trim, NHRA super stock trim at one point,
Hmm.
and then it was just the car was a handful to drive because it still had that factory Chevy 2 front end with those terrible oil pans and the center link that went through it and whatnot. If it was a little windy, that car was a real handful. And my dad was like, no, I don't need my kid getting killed. We
Right.
sold it, bought a dragster, like I said, hated it, and then, here we are.
Nice, nice. Well, what about the dragster? So I had a dragster for a short period of time as well.
I remember.
I'm I don't mind them. I'm just not a dragster guy. I'm more of a door car guy.
That's exactly what it is. I'm
Yeah.
not a dragster guy.
Like I felt so claustrophobic. You know what I mean? Like I was just like I'm driving like this and like um like as far as bracket racing, they work phenomenal.
It's a
But
tool. It's a
yeah,
tool.
yeah, but it's just I don't know. I felt very claustrophobic in there.
I didn't hate it. It's just it wasn't for me.
Yeah,
I'm a car guy. I like cars.
right.
I don't give a fuck about dragsters. I just don't care. They're dumb. They're ugly. The only thing you can do is paint match everything to everything else. That's all it is.
uh, Justin Conrad said we lit your trailer on fire with a dragster. That is a true story. So the the day I think I picked up my dragster, I think Justin met up with me and or something like that. I don't remember, but we were in my trailer and we were like, let's start this thing, right? So we fired it up and it was sitting on like had like carpet. The trailer had carpet on it, like on
Yeah,
the
up the sides.
no, it was on the floor.
Oh,
Yeah. It was an older trailer. Like so I
yeah.
bought the Drax with a trailer.
Yeah.
And then we fired it up, right? Or we tried to, and the fucking carpet caught on fire. We were
Oh,
like,
so that was fucking lovely.
yeah, yeah. Oh shit, Ricky just came on. Give me one sec.
Yep.
I don't think he's on yet. I'll wait for him to fully get on, but so tell me about that car behind you now. Like what class do you run in? What do you do with it?
So
What's the setup?
I
Things like that.
originally built this car to just be like a fun street car, and of course that gets a little out of hand. Not that it's anything crazy, but it's a 355 small block with iron heads. It's a power glide. It's a 9-inch. It's got full exhaust. It's got a full interior in it, power windows, bench seat, back seat, and I bracket race it. I'll race open comp in NMCA. Well, what was NMCA?
Right.
I've been racing some Division 1 stuff and Super Street, the 1090 index stuff, but I don't have any electronics. I just do everything with weight.
Okay.
Weight and timing.
So no electronics whatsoever.
Nope.
Oh wow.
That's old school there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
I mean, I
old
have
school.
trans brake, but I don't have the delay box and everything else. So,
Right. Right.
I'm here to have fun. And I've been
Yeah,
fortunate to do very well with the car.
Trans brake is really. I don't feel like that's an electronic.
No, because now
Yeah.
even in Pro Eliminator or whatever, you're allowed trans brake in 2-step. So what's the difference?
And what motor setup is in it?
It's an iron-headed 350.
Okay.
Martino Racing Engines did it. It makes just a tad over like 600. This car's been 1030 at 130, and it's 3,600 pounds with me in it.
So I saw you won a couple times at Cecil, right?
I've been fortunate enough to, yes, that night that picture you sent me, I won one class and run it up in another. I was racing 1250 index with a car that I was dialed 1050 in the bracket race.
Oh, nice.
So I'd let go of the button and just completely let my foot off the throttle and just wheel someone the whole way down the track.
Oh, nice. Ricky, you all right over there? You're like losing your phone and
yeah, my man's phone's flipping and flopping.
What's up, fellas? I had it up on my little stand here, and it fell off and almost fell in the water in the sink. So,
oh shit.
Don't do that.
So what's going on? I missed the first couple minutes. I apologize.
No, we were just talking about how Lupi got started in racing and his car setup. How's your car coming along? I saw some pictures. You just got it back from the body shop.
Yeah. We just got it painted. We got it back about 2 weeks ago. So we got all the hot side and all the turbo piping is all Cerakoted and powder coated. So all that's put in. Just finished running the fuel lines tonight on it. Pop and I put the seat in and had to adjust the seatbelts. If anybody's ever, put seatbelts in a new car, it takes about 4 freaking hours to get in and adjust them and cut them and get in. And it's a pain in the ass. So it's heading to the wiring guy on Saturday. So we're looking to have this thing out here in a few weeks. We're going to debut
your
it.
Your car might be done before mine.
It's looking like it, huh?
Yeah. I'm jealous.
So we're going to try to test it the first week or two of April down south, and then we're going to be hitting Larry's race with the first time. So it's getting close, man. It's just my pockets are hurting. But every time I turn around, it's another 100, another 150, another 300, another 500. And it's the little stuff, You guys know, you've been racing a long time.
Yeah.
It's the home stretch that is wearing us out. The big things are behind us. It's all the little home stretch things.
Always is.
My little stuff is always 1,000 here, 1,000 there.
It is, but we got most of that stuff out of the way. It's all little things now. Like 2 hoses cost me $140. 2 6-inch hoses.
Yeah.
$140 gone. So
So Lupi, so you do the carburetor scoops.
Yes,
Um,
sir. I do
I
all the
used to
West
have one
Coast.
on my Vega from
You did.
you. You know, so how did you get started in that? What made you start that? You know, tell us how you got involved in all that.
A friend of ours around the corner knew that I work with plastic for a living. By trade, I do windows for buses and trains.
Oh, wow.
And my man looked at me and said, "Hey, can you make me one of them scoops?" I went, "Yeah, I fucking think I can." So I stayed late one night at work and I made one and I gave it to him. He's like, "This thing's fucking cool." All right, nice.
So
Then
Loopy, I need to know why did the scoops go to a Lexan clear style scoop? Educate me on that.
visibility,
That's what. Yep.
they're cheap as fuck compared to a carbon scoop.
Yep.
I mean, you blow mine up, you rocket it 40 feet in the air or whatever, blow it up. Man, you call me for $250, I'll send you out another one.
Right.
Usually the
Yeah.
same day.
Right.
There's no painting it to match. You don't got to pay someone to mount everything and whatnot. We'll give you a little carburetor stud and everything. Here you go, buddy.
Boom, ready to go. So
Just
cost,
cheap, man.
visibility, and easy accessible.
Easily, man.
So for you carbureted nitrous guys, you're looking for scoops, hit up my man Loopy. He's got you covered.
Dude, I got 20 of them in stock right now, assembled, ready to go.
Nice.
And you just make the bottom plate for different size carburetors, whether it be,
I do, your 4150, your Dominator, the Holly, the square throttle bodies. And
Yeah.
I just did one tonight for I guess they call it like a mini Dominator.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bigger than a 4150. It's like a 5 5/8 hole instead of a 5-inch hole like a 4150 would have. I literally just did one. It's sitting behind me right now.
I think
Nice.
Lewis is going to get rid of that Hemi and them twins and put a nitrous motor in there.
He's
Dude.
not that cool.
Dude, what did I tell you? In my opinion, nitrous motors sound the best.
They always will.
Yeah. So maybe one day I'll have a maybe 484 car or something like that. But
just those big, that
yeah,
just big, throaty, angry.
I just want to rev it like 10 times at the starting line.
You want to bang it through the motor.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. So
hey Lewis, you kind of lied to me though. You prepped me earlier and said, "Man, be careful. You get on there with Loopy, it's going to be rated R." He's been rated pretty PG.
Yeah, I've been good. I've been good.
All right. So we need some rated R stories.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Give me one of your best drag racing rated R stories.
Drag racing rated R stories.
Or maybe strip club stories.
Dude, I can't tell you that, man. I don't want to incriminate nobody. I seen Keith down there commenting about the old ballpark back in the day. That place was just woof. It's a good time though. $40 from a long way.
Wait, what's the ballpark?
It used to be a strip club on Route 13 in Levittown.
Okay.
And that should, if anybody's familiar with the area, that just says it all. That was a rough.
It probably wasn't high. It probably wasn't a high class strip club, is what you're telling us.
No. I remember sitting down one of the first times I had been there with a friend who I'll remain nameless. And I'm sitting there and the girl's coming around and goes, "Hey, she's blowing me first." I went, "What?"
No champagne humor, nothing, huh? Just straight to it.
You're good, brother. That's all you, man. We're good.
Oh man, I have a pretty crazy, not crazy, but strange strip club story. So actually I have two, but I'll tell you the first one. So this was years and years ago. I still lived in Pennsylvania at the time, and I was dating this girl, whatever, and we were so bored. I was at her house, and I was like, "What do you want to do?" And she's like, "I don't know. What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Are there any decent strip clubs around here?" She's like, there's like one like 45 minutes away, but it's a shithole, right?" I'm like, "It can't be that bad." All right. So I was like, "Let's go." She's like, "Okay," right? So I don't remember where it was because it was so long ago, but it was in the middle of nowhere. Right. So we pull into this parking lot, and there was like no cars whatsoever. Right. There was like one car. So we were like, are they even open? And they had an open sign and everything. Right. So we walk in, no music playing. We don't see anybody. We're like, hello? Girl pops out around the corner, young girl, right? Cute looking girl. She's like, oh, hey, how are you? Have a seat, right? So we're like, we look at each other, we're like, okay, right? So we sit down at the bar, and then she turns on the music. Well, first she asks us, what kind of music do you guys like to listen to? Right? And we're like, oh, whatever. It's cool. She's like, okay. So she turns on the music, right? She's like, what would you guys like to drink? I think we ordered 2 Miller Lights or something like that. Right. And then we were like, are you guys open? And she's like, oh yeah, we're open. She's like, hold on, right? She leaves, right? She comes back like 10 minutes later. She's the entertainment as well.
So she's the bartender, the stripper, the manager, and the
Yeah.
doorman.
Yeah. And we were like, wait. Hold on. Just stop. Are you the only person working here? She's like, yeah. Right. And we were like, this is nuts. Right. So we finished our beers and we gave her a good tip or whatever, but we were like, this is weird. Like, we
So
left.
hold on. Who got the blowjob first? Lupi said.
Oh man. I'll never forget that. That was the weirdest
Well, it went from a boring night to a little crazy night then.
Yeah, like I don't know, it was just weird, But my other story,
I don't have any good strip club. I don't have any good strip club stories. I've been in one strip club in my entire life. They just don't do it for me.
No,
I've been in one in Texas, and it was like 4 stories tall, and it was unbelievably huge, and it was okay.
I don't mind
wasn't
them.
my
Like
thing.
I'm like I just like to go to like have a few drinks and
Yeah.
talk shop with the guys and have
See some boobs. I mean, let's
yeah,
be
exactly.
real.
Yeah. Yeah. So my other strip club story is it's not as funny, but went to a strip club for a bachelor party, and we there was this older guy with us. It was my buddy's neighbor, right? And he's like 70 years old, right? So so he's like, Lewis, check this out, right? And he's yelling from across the room. So I come over to him. He's like, look what she can do, right? She's picking up a dollar bill with her butt cheeks, right? And then I was like, I forget his name. I think his name was like Bob or something. I'm like, Bob, were strip clubs like this back in the 70s? He's like, and he's staring right at her crotch, and he's like, you know what, Lewis, some things never change. Oh man. So but yeah, those are my 2 funny strip club moments.
I do remember almost getting shot at out at PRI, leaving a strip club once.
Okay, we need to hear that.
Don't even know what happened. Some dude was getting in an argument with someone. He went outside, said he had a gun. I don't know, I didn't see it, but our car definitely had a bullet hole in it when we left.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
So Lewis, I don't mean to hijack the show at all, but there's been some spicy stuff going on Facebook today in the racing community.
Oh yeah, so I was working a lot today, so I wasn't like up to speed, but I saw some posts, but since I'm not like, heavily involved in like promoting like you are and things like that, like what's going on?
There was a couple lives that went off today, and the DMV had a car they were trying to lock in the north, like Brian Shin and Tyler DeSantis and all those guys.
Okay.
And they were going back and forth. Fletcher Cox got on the live.
Fletcher Cox got involved.
Fletcher Cox got involved. The DMV had a car. It was supposed to be a ghost car versus ghost car, $5,000 minimum, both DPs for both sides, $20,000. 5 on 20. So essentially a $40,000 race, and it just, this person's calling this person and phoning a friend, and Brian Chen and them got Fletcher Cox on the phone. He got on there, and I got nothing against Fletcher Cox. I think he's great for the game, the racing game. He's got some badass cars. He's been doing it a long time. I don't care. He played for the fucking Eagles. That doesn't do nothing for me. Okay, you're a fucking football player, but he got on there and threw out 50,000, and it's, to me, it's stop. Listen, I understand training day is a very expensive car, but if you can't run for 20,
Right.
get the fuck out of here, man. You got to throw 50 out there to show, how you swing your nuts. But
Dude,
I don't know.
I can barely run for like 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, let's listen. We're not all NFL fucking football players, right? So it almost got locked in where it was Fletcher Cox first, one of the DMV cars, and it was basically run what you brung. Come through the gate, $5,000, get into the gate, and then 20,000 both sides. But
But which
actually,
car? Which DMV car?
it was a ghost car, so it was basically, and we told them, I shouldn't say we, but Dotson and Keith and them told them, look, we don't care what you bring. You bring any no time car, and we're going to bring our any no time car, and we're going to lock it the fuck in. But then
Gotcha.
it turned into they wanted a little bit more information. It's been going on all day. All day. So it right before I jumped on the show with you, I was on with them, and it didn't get locked. They were still, arguing back and forth, but I get taken back a little bit by the whole throwing your money around. Like, I have to run for 50 grand. You don't have to run. You get down in fucking Texas and bought it for 2,500 to try to win 100. You don't have to run for 50 grand. So,
dude, I'll run for fucking cheeseburger. Like,
yeah.
I don't really care about that stuff.
I get it. Fletcher brings, a $400,000 car to the track and a $400,000 rig, and I get it. But if you can't run for 20, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Set the car at home for nothing or run for 20. Get the fuck out of here. Come on. So,
Lupi, what do you think about the whole grudge racing world and stuff like that?
I don't get into it like I used to, man. When I was younger, I thought it was fucking great. I loved it. I loved the drama and whatnot. As I got older, dude, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. In reality, I like kind of like the shootout stuff. Here are the rules.
I mean, we're shootout guys. Lewis is a shootout guy. I'm a shootout guy. I'll try to get at least one grudge racing if we go to an event to get one in, just to have some fun. But my main focus is shootouts, and I make it very clear.
Yeah, if I'm going to bring my car to the track, I want to run multiple times.
Yeah.
So I don't want to lock in, 4 or 5 grudge races so I can run 4 or 5 times. You know what I mean? So, I want to run for.
And typically when you go to run a shootout, there's going to be 12, 14, 18, 16 cars there. So there's going to be action. And, a lot of times the grudge guys, call us shootout guys and they say we're fake grudge racers. But I mean, whatever.
Listen, everybody in the Northeast that I've dealt with has always treated me great, with respect, as customers and that business relationship. I can't say a bad thing about any of them, but it's just not my cup of tea, man. I just not into it. Same thing with like the street racing. Like, dude, half my customers, that's a majority of my customers are street racers, no prep racers and whatnot. Dude, love it. Do your thing. I'm just not into it. Don't care.
It's just, the cars are just, we used to street race. Probably back in 2019, 18 was the last time we really did my brother's car. But the cars are so fucking fast. I mean, it's just dangerous. It's dangerous and crazy. I'm not, shut up, Jared. I'm not bad mouthing anybody does whatever racing they want to do. It's just not for me anymore.
Exactly.
I'm not hitting the streets anymore.
Lupi, have you ever done no prep with that thing?
Fuck no.
No.
It's just, like I said, it's just not it's not even, this isn't fast enough to be competitive.
Well, sometimes I heard, so I'm not a no prep racer, but I heard like sometimes the slower guys make it farther because they're not trying to kill the car. You know what I mean? So
it was just never in the radar, man. Listen,
gotcha.
You know why, Lupi? You know why I don't want to do it? I don't want to wreck my car. And everyone's like, "Oh, you can wreck your car in small tire." Yeah, you can, but it seems like the no prep guys get a little hairier, a little easier than us regular prep guys.
Yeah, I would build another car just for no prep.
Yeah,
100%.
Some kind of beater. You know what I mean?
Some ratty pile of shit.
Absolutely.
Look at Beer Money. Perfect example. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, Ricky, right? The Beer Money car.
Yeah, Beer Money. That car's fast.
Yeah.
Car's fast.
And there's a lot of the
So
no prep guys that have cars that look like they're beat up. I mean, they got a lot of money in their combos, but the cars themselves don't have front ends or, you know, don't have fenders or
That should
whatever
be a
else.
fucking rule. You have to have a front end to race. That should be a
Right?
fucking rule. I don't care what everybody says.
yeah.
Take that shit. No, stop it. Stop it. It's fucking 25 pounds on the front end. Put the fucking thing back on.
I can imagine it's fun. I mean, it's got to be a fun feeling to drive no prep stuff. Just not for me. I've been to a couple of no prep races, like Dodson and them had a no prep race down at Custom Tees last year. And it was a lot of fun to watch it. A lot of fun.
They got a good
But
turnout at that race too.
yeah, it was really good turnout.
Yeah.
But like Michael Walker had a real pretty Nova that he bought, and brought it down there. And guess what happened? He got out of whack and ended up tagging the wall down there a little bit and put some scratches on it. So
Oh wow.
yeah, just not my thing.
I mean, this piece of shit looks like a no prep car. I mean, this thing's a real piece of shit.
What trans? A Glide?
Yeah, Glide.
Nice. This is a question for both of you. What's your most memorable moment racing?
Memorable as far as all for me in my entire life with being involved in drag racing or me driving?
Yeah, all time.
Probably back when my father had the blown altered.
Okay.
And he the goofy motherfucker doesn't know how to lift at all. And he almost went from one side of the track to the other side of the track, and they used to call him Wild Willie. His name's Richard. I don't know why I call him Willie, but he was he didn't have any fear in him, and he's driving this 580 and the quarter mile blown altered with no fear. So that's probably one of my most memorable experiences watching him do that.
Were you at the starting line?
I was
Yeah.
butthole perked up, and
looking at both sides of it going down the
like,
track.
oh my God, let out. He just couldn't do it. So that's why we can't let him drive the Nova, because he might do something crazy with it.
I feel like he would poop his pants.
Nah.
No, you don't think so?
No.
No.
He's drove pro mods. He's driven it all. So.
But it's been a while since he drove, right?
It's been probably 10 or 12 years, and the radial stuff's a little different. There's a guy he doesn't care for at all. He really dislikes that runs the Warriors, and he says, I'm gonna drive the Nova to beat his fucking ass at least one time. So
I would love to see that.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice. He very much dislikes this person. So I won't put the name out there right now, but it's probably gonna happen.
That's
nice.
man shit.
I'm just gonna bubble wrap the car up real good.
Well, if he gets a little scratch on it, you might kill him.
Yeah, it'll go to the paint shop.
What about you, Lupi?
My win in Rockingham. It was my first win, and you're out of town. You're with all your race family. That was it.
What kind of race was it?
Open comp, man. Paid like shit too. Fuck. Cecil paid better than NMCA. But it was just, the people you're with, that was memorable. And it was my first win.
Never been to Rockingham.
I think, me driving, Lewis, it was probably that night at Cecil when you put the GoPro in the car and we went to the finals.
Oh my God. That was so funny.
Yeah, that was probably one of my most, memorable experiences with me driving the car.
So Ricky wins at Cecil, right? And it was last year in April. Yeah, he wins at Cecil. And he's like pumped. He's yelling at the end, and he's like, fuck. He's like, the steering wheel came out of my car. What was going on with that? Like, tell everybody what was going on.
There was something in the shaft that we didn't have. Something was wrong, and I don't know what happened.
Like the whole thing came off. Like the whole thing.
It came off, was in my chest, and I grabbed for the steering to try to slow it
down. That never fucking works.
Yeah.
and let me tell you something. We were racing Mo, and Mo, we know how fast Mo is, and we made a freaking hell of a lick, and it just, it was crazy. It was crazy. And I told her, but I said, man, there's something wrong with the steering wheel. It's not. It keeps coming back. Something's wrong. We kept messing with it, and I'll be quiet. It was a fast pass, a little scary, but we got it stopped.
That happened to me once when I had that purple Firebird, that blown Firebird or whatever. The fucking steering wheel came off. And of course, I try to grab it, you know,
Yeah, it
and
never fucking works.
it never works. And I think it's just reaction, you know what I mean?
Of course.
So slowed it down and everything. Got this close to hitting the wall, didn't hit the wall. And then I put a Motion Raceworks steering lock on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
Now,
that.
I had something similar happen to me, except the steering wheel didn't come off. The center link in between the steering box and the steering shaft fell out.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was
Wow.
in St. Louis.
At least I grabbed the shaft and just held it, so it stayed straight. I wasn't doing any steering. I just held it.
I didn't even know, dude. I put it in high gear. I'm rolling, and it's drifting the center line real bad. I'm like, no. And I let out. I was like, man, something's all right. It started drifting back. I'm like, all right, cool. And I went. I was like, oh man, we're going to the wall. We're going to the wall. And I stopped staying this far away from the wall, climbed out the passenger side, and is there oil in track? I was like, nah, dude, I lost my steering. They're like, oh yeah, dude, take your time. Just fucking fix it now.
Yeah.
Bro, it's at an NMCA race in St. Louis.
Oh wow. Wow.
Well, you guys saw weekend before last, the Pro Mod driver went down through the sand and the car went over.
Scott Palmer.
Yeah. And listen, I know he's a great driver, but I mean, I'm sitting back going, okay, why didn't he kill the car? Why didn't he kill the car? Why did he wait so long to pull the chutes? And I don't know. I can't figure that out. I mean,
Well,
like my car,
it's
got
that situation. Well, what was it? Did his throttle get stuck or something?
his throttle got hung open. But my thing is both cars have a kill switch right within reach, and it kills everything.
Yeah.
If I go through and you know where the finish line is, if I go through and I lift and it's still wide open, my first instinct is bam, hit that
Right.
kill switch and pull that chute. He
Yeah.
didn't do either.
Yeah. No, he didn't pull the chutes either.
Not until he was way down, way down, close to the end of the drag strip.
That's surprising because he also drives a top fuel car.
That's what I'm saying. It was very surprising. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, people react different in different situations, I guess, but just very surprising.
Yeah.
$500,000 car gone,
Yeah.
if not more. Yeah.
So again, question for both of you because we have a heads up racer and an open comp racer. So I think you guys will have two different answers maybe. What do you think separates a good driver from a bad one? Obviously seat time, but what makes a good driver great?
I mean, I was going to say seat time, but you know, I think I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people, it's talent. Like Travis Harvey is just talented. You know, there's guys who can race
Like natural talent, you mean?
like naturally just talented. My baby brother Corey is a very good talented driver. I think talent, you know, it's hard to beat talent.
What about you, Lupi?
I mean, to me, it's like it's hard not to say seat time, just repetition. Like repetition, because I hate to say it, every time you see a good bracket racer in a heads up car, they're usually always better on the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, where you come and say talent is what's going to push the car down the track. That's why you have like your Sean Langdons in Top Fuel. He's a 2-time Super Comp champ.
Right.
Jack Beckman, he's a multi-time Super Comp champ.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these guys, it was that consistency and that repetition over and over and over and over. I think that's what makes you just a killer driver.
Look at the Coughlins. They're still bracket race.
Yes, sir.
You see, Jared just said you have to pull the. I missed it now. Can you go back and see it, Lewis?
You have to pull. It's probably
The handle,
mechanical
set the fuel
injected.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of it used to be. I think it used to be, you know, part of the safety. You had to have the lever and you pulled. But I guess those Pro Mods don't have a main kill switch, like an emergency kill. I don't know. Ours had one.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think also having a calm type of mindset in high pressure situations makes you a great driver.
But do you think that comes with seat time and talent? Like it's like there's some people that's naturally just calm. Like
I kind of think there's both. I kind of think because you have those people that just no worries. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I lose. Okay, cool. I go home.
Yeah,
I'm cool, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you have those guys that have been in those situations over and over and over, and it doesn't matter to them. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I like Lupi said, I think, like, for example, like, I'm always a little nervous, no matter if it's even a test pass, right? But let's say it's, you know, we're in round one or whatever. Like, I don't care. I don't care if it's John Force sitting next to me, right? In my opinion, anybody can be beaten on any day.
Yep.
And I don't care about who's sitting next to me because it's just me versus that tree and getting my car down the track as straight as possible. Right? It's
You're
just
not
me
racing
versus
the
the track.
person, you're racing yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, because you can't change what's going on in the other lane. You got to do
Exactly.
what you got to kill the tree, keep the car, make it just go A to B as fast as you can.
Yeah, because you got to think you're taking a risk, just racing against another person because they can lose control and hit you.
Yep.
But if you're worrying about that, that's going to mess you up. You know what I mean? So I think we lost Ricky. He might have got a call or something.
Dude, I almost didn't make it here. We fucking lost power in this place like literally 5 minutes before I logged in.
Oh, because of the wind and stuff?
Wind is crazy over here right now.
It's finally starting to calm down here, but during the day, it was pretty crazy. Yeah.
We lost power for about 5-10 minutes. I was sitting there
Really?
going, fuck. Can I use my phone as like a hotspot? Like, I had like a little freak out moment.
So what other good stories do you have? Come on.
Good stories.
You told me it was going to be rated R, so I need some rated R
Good
stories.
Dude, it's hard to just remember them because it's so hard not to just be in the moment and shit hits the fan and it makes for a good story. You know what I mean?
Craziest yellow bullet you've been to?
Oh, the guy almost got killed behind John's trailer.
Wait, what?
We were at Yellow Bullet. This has got to be 12 years ago, I'm figuring. Out of nowhere, there were two people arguing over who had better moonshine. Then one person knocked someone else off a scooter. And then there were 4 people trying to kill the other guy. Yeah, that was a big ordeal.
Oh, wow. Why are you always around people that are fighting?
I don't know. I'm not the fighter, man. I'm trying to have a good time. I don't even drink moonshine.
So, how do you balance everything? So, your work life, your side hustle life, your personal life, how do you balance everything and still stay somewhat normal?
I'm not normal. It's very simple. I do a fucking terrible job at everything. Don't get me wrong. I wake up every morning around 4:30. I'm at work by 6. It's repetition. You know what I mean? You get up and you do this because you have to. You do this because you have to. You do this because you have to.
Right.
There's just so much going on, and then you try to manage, emails and text messages and whatnot through business, customers and potential buyers and trying to create more accounts and trying to, I'm lucky that I might have the machine run for 20, 30 minutes at a time and I can play on my phone for fucking 15 minutes.
Right. Right.
And it ain't going to hurt nothing.
Do you sell a lot of your scoops, what's the average, how many scoops do you make per month?
On an average month, it's probably 20 to 25.
And how long does it take you to make one?
If it's something pretty standard, maybe an hour.
Oh, okay.
Maybe an hour. I'm fortunate enough to have large, expensive equipment at my disposal, and I have extremely nice material at basically cost at my disposal.
Nice.
So it's hard not to. You know what I mean? But we're starting to branch out and try to offer more. That's the goal now. We need to offer more products, more things, more services, something. Trying to grow. Help me quit my fucking day job.
So you're big into carburetors. What would you say are the top 3 carburetor companies out there right now, and why? Like, educate me and all of us on the guys who are use fuel injected. So
Okay,
who do
to
you
me there
use?
is only 3. For me, there's 3 carburetor guys only because they've been very personable, and they are very good, and they've treated me extremely well. You have Trevor over at Get 'em.
Hmm.
I cannot speak more highly of that family. The first Get 'em carburetor I had, Trevor drove from Bowling Green, Kentucky up to Indianapolis to put it on my car himself. I handed my man tools the whole time. He did everything.
Wow.
And that the car picked up and it was deadly. How do you argue?
Right.
That's my guy. For anything heads up, I would either call Bob Book or Dale Kubik. They are the 2 heads up carburetor guys. End of story. There's no one else. Not in my eyes.
And what separates like a good one from a bad one, like as far as performance?
I mean, in reality, the only performance we really care about is fucking wide open throttle. I mean, dude, I don't really have a good answer for that. I don't, because I trust my guy so much. I don't have to touch anything.
That's awesome.
I put it on the car. If the weather's real weird, I might change a main jet and call it a day. I don't touch anything else.
That's
I don't
awesome.
touch the idle. I don't touch air bleeds. I don't touch anything.
That's already set up, ready to go. Boom.
There you go.
That's awesome. I thought for the longest time you worked for Get 'em, because every year at PRI, I see you in their booth, like just selling carburetors.
I will sell a million of them carburetors, and I will tell everybody to go get one.
Yeah.
He treats me too well. He treats me like family himself. If I ever need anything, I pick up the phone and I call his cell phone. If he don't answer, he texts me back immediately of, give me an hour. He takes care of me. How do you argue with that?
Yeah. And that's the type of customer service like that's missing today. You know what I mean?
And that's what it is. It's customer service. Anybody can go out and buy whatever part, but what service does it come with after the fact?
True. Yeah.
I mean, you're a Haltech guy. Haltech, you can get service, 23 hours a day, basically?
Yeah.
I know I had issues with Haltech once when I was in Bradenton, and someone from Australia took over my computer and fixed my car.
Yep. And that's one of the big reasons why we went with them, because of the customer service. Like, I used to run Holly before, and oh my God, like if we had an issue, we couldn't get anybody on the phone.
Yep. And no one even knew. Even when you got them on the phone, they didn't know.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but so what are I guess what are some biggest challenges you face day to day doing this, whether that's making the scoops or racing or whatever?
Time management. From someone comes in the shop and needs a hand, or someone's on the phone and calls me about a scoop, and out of nowhere you were on the phone for an hour and you go, oh man, I'm behind. Then you're rushing around and, oh man, can I get this at UPS in time?
Yeah.
Can I get this engraved in time? It's time management. I mean, I'm a one-man band. There's a lot to get done.
So you can engrave anything on it?
I wouldn't go, I mean, yeah, but no, but yeah. I can do a lot, we'll say. I don't know about anything, but I can do a lot.
Who's probably one of the most popular racers that's running your scoop right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Bobby Ducote probably still has one on his old car, the 3rd gen Firebird. Man, I don't know. All my no prep guys went to fucking Pro Chargers and turbos. Killed me.
Yeah. That seems like the natural progression. Nitrous, Pro Charger, screw blower.
See, that's the thing. Once it gets to screw blower, I can't hate it because I love screw blowers.
Right. So do I.
Screw blowers and zoomies. I mean, you can't not hate that.
I just can't afford it.
Brother, same.
Yeah.
A screw blower costs more than that car.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give you the car, the truck, and the trailer for what it costs for a screw blower.
So before we sign off, you want to give any shout outs to anyone or any last words, any last stories?
Oh, fuck. Man, there's one that I know he's watching, and I don't know if I want to tell everybody how weird shit happens in Memphis.
This sounds like a good story.
Oh, man. I'll say it anyway, because everybody fucking knows at this point. So we were in Memphis one year. I think this was 2020 or 2021. And it had rained that day. Rain out from noon. It was probably about 10 or 11 o'clock at night at this point, and we had been drinking all day. And a friend of ours, his dog was just kind of hanging out. Wasn't on a leash or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he spotted another dog. And he went after that dog.
Mm.
And he bolted across, and everybody tried to stop that dog, and he latched on and just wouldn't get off. Everybody was trying to open his jaws up, do whatever he could. And all I remember is another friend of ours came running around the motorhome, started screaming, "Stick a finger in its ass!" And I think about 10 of us went, "Excuse me, sir, what? Sir's what?"
Keith beat you to it.
There it is. And out of nowhere, I watched one of basically my best friend be third knuckle deep in his dog. His dog, it was like a reset button, just stopped, sat down, and went, "What the fuck just happened?"
Oh my God.
I think I still need therapy for that one, because it was one of the most fucked up nights that I'd ever remember. Mind you, we had been drinking for the last 10 or 12 hours, and we had to make our way to an emergency vet in the wonderful area of Memphis. Mind you, we've been drinking all day, and I was the only one sober enough to drive. 10 out of 10 don't recommend.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't recommend dogs at the track. That's my personal, no pets at the track, personally.
Right.
But shit happens, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's too much work to try to watch them. You know?
It's rough, man. It's rough.
Yeah.
I mean, you want your pets, your family, but at times, like, Jesus Christ.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it's not worth it. Don's dog is pretty cool. Tilton. Seems like
I fucking love Tilton. He's my buddy.
He's just, he just chills and
he exists, man. He comes, he barks at you, he jumps on you for like the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And he goes over his bed and he lays and shoots his ball or whatever. He just does his thing, man.
And he's scared of everything. So it's like, I don't think he'll ever just run away. You know what I mean?
No, I remember stories of him leaving and just showing back up at his apartment. Well, no one was there. Like, "Hey, can someone let me in? I don't want to be here anymore. Can someone let me in the house?"
Keith asked, was the guy in a wheelchair?
Yes, he was. He was in a wheelchair.
Oh my God.
That was a fucking rough deal.
Oh man. But yeah, this was awesome, man. Again, guys, carburetor guys, nitrous guys, hit up Lupi for your Lex sand scoops.
I'm doing spark plug organizing trays. I even do some circle track stuff. We do some asphalt modified stuff. And besides that, support your local speed shop, man. We need these.
What's the address of the speed shop?
I think is 120 Industrial Road in Warminster. Lethal Deals, or as I like to call it, lethal dildos, because there's way more money to be made in sex toys than there is race car parts.
I've been debating on getting involved in that industry some shape or form because I'm broke.
Brother, same. Bro, my enclosed trailer is bigger than my apartment. I understand.
Yeah, we might need a partner on something. But so what does he carry in stock? I know he carries nitrous.
Dude, my man's got nitrous,
race fuel,
tires, fuel, oil, belts, helmets, wires. I mean, literally almost anything you can think of. Chances are my man's got, if he doesn't have it here, he's going to get it in like a day. And my man sells used parts too.
Nice.
So he might even have, hey, I got some old cylinder heads or something. Like, my man, so much stuff here. It's a 4,000 square foot warehouse here.
That's great. I'm gonna have to stop by because anytime I go to Don's, I forget about the speed shop. So,
dude, right around the corner. Right around the corner.
Nice.
Any, like I could probably damn near fucking yell out the window and Don would hear
it. Any last shout outs? Anybody you want to plug?
Dude, everybody who helps me, man. Like, I don't know. I got a lot of people that help me. You know, I have John and Keith that help me. Donnie, you know, was it Manufactured Solution Race Cars, you know, MFD Race.
Yeah.
You know, you have, you know, Carl up the street who takes care of me when I need it. You know, there's so many people, you know, I get taken care of, you know, with Jim over at Weldon Fuel Pumps and whatnot. Rick Riccardi and whatnot. Those guys take care of me with their parts and everything I need. I get taken care of by so many people. It's hard to just everybody. If you've helped me, thank you.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you again for joining us tonight, man. It was a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
I'm a big fan of yours.
I'm not that cool, I promise. I'm really not.
Well, you're the type of racer, you just like to have fun. You don't need to go too fast. You know,
man, I want to have fun.
Right.
When it's fun, I quit. I want to have fun. That's why we're here.
I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'm going to possibly do this heads up stuff. It's just too much of a headache.
Oh, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
I am very familiar, sir. I still help out quite a few people that are heads up racers, and it is just bang your head against the wall, man. I get it though, but it's a disease.
Yeah, it is. It's an addiction.
100%. I'm here to have fun and just help everybody else.
Awesome. All right, guys. See you later. Sayonara. Until next time.
See you guys.